Hello everybody, my name is Starrapter and welcome to the channel. In this video I'll be breaking down the main events that happen in the novel Thrawn Ascendency Chaos Rising by Timothy Zahn. Chaos Rising is the first book of the Thrawn Ascendency Trilogy. The story takes place in the unknown regions of space and focuses on Thrawn's people, the Chiss Ascendency. To help readers with all of the new information, there's a selection of resource material in the front of the book. A dramatis personae is included to identify the main characters, as well as a list for political rankings, familial hierarchy, and ruling families of the Chiss. The story opens up on Silo, which is the homeworld of the Chiss. The Chiss easily defend against an attack of 3 unidentified vessels in a matter of 15 minutes. There hasn't been a direct attack on Scylla in decades. General Bakif, leader of the Chiss defense fleet, seeks out Thrawn to investigate the attack. Scylla and the Chiss Ascendency are located in the unknown regions. The unknown regions were always difficult to navigate. Chained supernovas made travel very difficult, but at the same time they protect the Ascendancy from outsiders. Senior Captain Thrawn excels at investigation by using art and analysis skills. Thrawn boards a patrol ship and uses these skills to trace the ship to the 3 that attacked Scylla. Thrawn and Bakif also find an unknown alien species aboard the patrol ship. Thrawn is determined to follow the thread of the attackers to the borders of Chiss space. Recently, the Ascendancy had created the Chiss Expansionary Defense Fleet in order to see what's going on outside of their borders. Thrawn was not well liked by the Aristocrat, which is the governing body of the Chiss Ascendancy. Thrawn did not know how to deal with politics, but excelled with tactics. A previous acquaintance of Thrawn, Thalius, is able to make a deal in order to board Thrawn's ship, the Springhawk. She speaks with a syndic, Thurfian. He is an official high up in the Chiss government. He secures her spot on the ship after making a deal with her. She was able to board a military vehicle, which is unheard of for a civilian. However, Thurfian wishes her to spy on Thrawn. Along for the ride is a Skywalker called Kiri. Skywalkers are young, force-sensitive female Chiss that have the task of navigating ships through hyperspace. Since the unknown regions is chaotic, navicomputers are not as dependable. The Skywalkers must channel the Force to help steer the ships manually around obstacles. The Skywalkers are never older than 14, as their third sight usually leaves them by then. Thalius used to be a Skywalker, and that's how she last served with Thrawn. Thalius gets to board the ship since she volunteers to be the caretaker of Kiri. The navigation for the young Chiss causes great stress, headaches, and fatigue, so they need to have a caretaker to keep up their spirits. The Springhawk is also joined by Aralani's man of war, the Night Dragon. Their crew aboard both ships develop a plan to draw out the enemy. Thrawn baits the ship by pretending that his ship is wounded. When they destroy the Patatas fighters, they are able to recover a patrol ship. The ship has 3 dead unidentified species described to have pink skin with purple splotches. There was also another dead humanoid aboard called a Void Guide. Void Guides are part of the many species that make up the Navigator Guild. The Navigator Guild, which operates in the unknown regions, functions similar to the Chiss Skywalkers. They use various methods to navigate the chaos, like tapping into some kind of manner of the Force. Now, having more information from the patrol craft, Thrawn then travels to the box system. The Chiss must be very careful when exploring outside of their space. The Skywalkers and their importance to the Chiss are unknown to any other species in the unknown regions. That information falling into the wrong hands can put the Chiss Ascendancy at a serious disadvantage. Thrawn's next task leads him to an outpost. There, he and his crew are approached by the same unidentified species that they found on the second patrol ship. These aliens are called the Bakash from the planet Rapak. The Bakash were being hunted by the Nikardun dynasty, the same forces involved with tracking Thrawn's movements. The leader of the Nikardun dynasty is Yiv, the Benevolent. He has blockaded the planet of Rapak to make the Pak people do what he says. This is something that happens often when the Nikardun enter a new system. Now knowing who is responsible for the attack on Scylla, Thrawn goes to the Navigators Guild to seek assistance with a recon mission. He hires Kalori, who is of the Pathfinder species. Thrawn had history with Kalori, having used his help with hyperspace travel on a past mission. Pathfinders wear sensory deprivation headsets to go in what they call the Great Presence. Thrawn locates the long-standing enemies of the Chiss, the Aloan pirates, at Scoff. The way they are assembled around the planet would appear that they are about to welcome a new government. Once Kalori has completed the scouting mission for Thrawn, he meets with Yiv the Benevolent. Aboard Yiv's dreadnought called the Deathless, Kalori delivers the news of Thrawn. While he delivers the info, Yiv has him lying on the floor face down. Yiv is a jovial being, but can also be extremely dangerous and strange. The Chiss manage to capture a Nikardun vessel, but the crew aboard commits suicide before they can be interrogated. Part of Thrawn's plan is to give false information to the Nikardun about the Chiss. They fool the Nikardun at Solitaire into thinking that the Chiss are vicious and take hostages. Thrawn reveals himself to the Nikardun dynasty. Thrawn takes Thalius with him as his hostage to the Vac homeworld to investigate more Nikardun activity. It's on Vac that Thrawn comes face to face with Yiv the Benevolent. They have a civil conversation that definitely has Thrawn on edge. Yiv reveals that he will take over the people of Yak. After Thrawn is done with Yiv, his intentions are discovered by the Nikardun. He and Thalius hide in a cargo container as they wait for Arlani to enter the system. While they are waiting to be picked up, they get to know one another. Thalius reveals that she wanted to go on a mission with Thrawn since she changed her life when she was a Skywalker. Thrawn then reveals that he had a sister when he was 5 years old that was taken to be a Skywalker. While Thrawn and Thalius were on their mission, Arlani had to cover for Thrawn when Syndax Zistalmu and Thurfian became interested in their mission. The Ascendency didn't know exactly what Thrawn and Arlani were up to. Their mission would have most likely been shut down by the Chiss for fear of war. In order for Thrawn and Thalius to escape Vac, they steal a Vac fighter. The Nikardun and Leois attempt to stop Thrawn, but he takes out the Leonois cannons before escaping with Arlani. Thrawn's next mission is to find out if there are any other factions nearby that are resisting against the Nikardun. He takes the Skywalker Kiri with him, and along the way teaches her how to pilot a starship. They end up in lesser space, which it's mentioned there has been a war between droids and organic soldiers. This, we find out, is the Clone Wars and the known galaxy. Thrawn encounters Anakin Skywalker in a space above Batuu. He is looking for Padme, who hasn't checked in. Thrawn agrees to go and help, but makes Kiri watch the ship when he is gone. Thrawn spends a few weeks with Anakin on the mission. Thrawn tries to figure out if Anakin's Republic would assist the Chiss against their threat. After the mission with Anakin is a success, Thrawn discovers exceptional shield tech on the nearby planet of Mokivi. He calls in the help of Kiri and her ship to transport it back to the unknown regions. These are events that actually happen in the novel Thrawn Alliances. While Thrawn is on his mission on Batuu, Thalius goes to the Myth homeworld. She is going to take the trials to move from merit adoptive to trial born in the Myth family. There she meets the patriarch of the Myth family, Thuraki. He is the one that instructed Baki to recruit Thrawn into the family. Thuraki knows there is something special with Thrawn and instructs Thalius to make sure that he finds allies and someone to help him with politics. Later, Thalion and Kiri play as hostages while delivering their stolen Vac fighter to Yiv. This is Thrawn's plan to be able to attack the Nikardun blockade above Premia. The Chiss usually only act in defense, but if their people are in jeopardy, they will strike first. Arlani, who is with the council at the time, is given the go-ahead to assault the Nikardun forces. Yiv had hired pathfinders for his fleet in order to coordinate the movements of their ships. However, the Navigators Guild does not like Yiv using the pathfinders for war. They prefer to remain neutral. While Thalius and Kiri are aboard Yiv's flagship, the Deathless, they spring a trap. Underneath their mask, they are able to hide Tava Mist, which they activate to make everyone on the bridge drowsy. While this is happening, Thrawn is able to ram into the Deathless viewport thanks to the Republic shield he installed. He is able to rescue Thalius and Kiri as well as capture Yiv. With the help of the Vac, the Nikardun dynasty is basically finished at Premia. Arlani was able to get the Vac to help by having one of their own attacked by the Nikardun. Once one of their own was attacked, they retaliated. 2 months later, Kolori the Pathfinder meets with a mysterious figure who appears on his freighter. This man is named Jixis and wants to see the Chiss destroyed. Jixis is able to manipulate objects around him telepathically, such as a light switch. Kolori decides to work for Jixis. Throughout Chaos Rising, there are memory chapters that are flashbacks in Thrawn's life. We find out that Thrawn was originally from the planet Rentor. Thrawn's name was Kivin Naru before being recruited as merit adoptive into the Myth family. Throughout the memory chapters, we also see how the friendship between Thrawn and Arlani forms and strengthens over the years. So that is going to do it for my recap of Thrawn Ascendency Chaos Rising. What did you think of the first book in the Ascendency Trilogy? Let me know in the comment section down below. For more on Thrawn, I have recaps and reviews for some of the other Thrawn novels. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more Star Wars book content. That's going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always.
Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.